that I'm extremely impressed with how learned they are and how accomplished they are. And they represent all of you seated here, because I'm certain that if I were to get your CVs, I would say, boy, come back to Jamaica now. But the fact is that we have to celebrate these things. And I want to commend the JCA for this particular brunch that seeks to lift up the positive news about Jamaica and to send a very clear message that we are leaders of the world in things that are positive. That wherever you put a Jamaican, in whatever capacity, you are going to get a performer and somebody who is going to be striving and delivering excellence over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, Justice Hall, my money is on you to become Chief Justice. We are proud of you, and I say that not only as Arnaldo Brown, but I say that with the authority of the government of Jamaica and of the people of Jamaica. And the reason why I say that is because, as the High Commissioner intimated, your contribution to Jamaica is priceless. It is invaluable. You are active in the field of education. You are active in the field of health. Since coming to the ministry, I have been briefed that out of North America, Canada, and United States, there were 135 missions, medical missions, for last year alone to Jamaica. That's a significant number. And you are also active in community development, and we want to salute you. As Minister responsible for the diaspora, I made it clear to the advisory board that I don't think about Jamaicans at home and Jamaicans abroad. I think about Jamaicans. And I am promoting the idea of a borderless Jamaica. So that wherever you reside, once you're Jamaican, you are part of the Jamaican state, and we claim you. And the fact is that if we begin to think in that particular type of way, then we're not only going to think about 2.6 or 2.7 million people on the rock, but we'll think about 6 to 7 million Jamaicans that are scattered across the length and breadth of the world. And if we are able to work together, as our motto says, out of many, one people. I want to say out of many, one people, one vision. So that the Vision 2030, that will see Jamaica become a developed state, taking its rightful place, equaling the successes that we have individually. Then in 2030, when we talk about Jamaica and we talk about the Millennium Development Goals, we talk about the Human Development Index, we will be #1 on top of the world, where we in fact belong as a people. So we are interested in making the diaspora more meaningful. And whilst we admit and we accept that we have had significant successes, I must say that we can do far more. And I expect that we're going to do far more. And in that regard, the ministry will be working to put in place a diaspora policy, because we don't have one. And I have already entered the reference, because when you speak of countries like Israel, when you speak of countries like Ireland, when you speak of countries like Mexico, when you speak of countries like India, it is their diaspora that has allowed them to become world-leading economies, world-leading innovation centers. And I believe that the talent, the skills reside in a combination of the diaspora and those who remain on the rock in Jamaica. A force like that you cannot stop. So, in a few years from now, not only will people look at Jamaica, celebrate Jamaica when we have the Olympics, which incidentally is this year as well, but when they hear, which is already a brand, you know, but let's understand, Jamaica is a global brand. Yes, but we're going to make it the global brand. So as we celebrate our Jubilee, we are looking to deepen this relationship. And I want to make it clear that we're not talking simply about remittances. And remittances don't go into the consolidated fund. They go directly to your relatives and friends. But the point is that it is the highest income earner in terms of foreign exchange. And if you are to use that as a basis to gauge the commitment that you have to Jamaica, then that commitment is without doubt and beyond doubt. But we are not only interested in that. We want persons to return to Jamaica and to invest in Jamaica. And I use this example on the radio program last night. I think it was 101.7 if I'm correct, or 100.7. That we want persons, and although I use this particular individual, it's not limited to that person, but I wanted to demonstrate in a real way how we can change the game in Jamaica, land we love, for the better. And I use the example of Michael Leachy. He acquired National Commercial Bank at a time when we were having difficulties in the financial sector. Scotiabank, which is Canadian, and we are grateful that they are there, has a 100-year history in Jamaica. And that again demonstrates the bond between Canada and Jamaica. But I'm using this to demonstrate to you that the #1 bank in Jamaica now is National Commercial Bank. For a long time, Scotiabank held first place. But a Jamaican who had migrated here, who came back and invested in the country, is now at the top of the pile in terms of the financial sector in Jamaica. And we want to replicate this at all levels of the country. When we go on the North Coast, whilst we are happy that our Spanish brothers have come back more peacefully this time, we want our Jamaicans here to own the North Coast, to own the hotel rooms, to own the restaurants, to own the villages. And it is not beyond you to do that. And I just want to say to you, you know, I lived in Barbados for 2 years when I was doing my undergrad law program. And, you know, there was a, you know, the compeers up here talking about a street protest, a demonstration. There was a demonstration in Jamaica. And one would think, being in Barbados, seeing the news, that there was not one building left standing in the country, that it was complete rubble. I was surprised when in that year, some of that year, I went to Jamaica and I was wondering where were the riots. You get the point I'm making? That the perception outside is sometimes not what is happening inside. And I'm just saying that to you, that if you are fearful of returning to Jamaica, fear not. Well, anyway, Jamaicans are afraid of people. So, I am saying to you, just like I would say to the investors that I met at the consulate on Friday for lunch, that Jamaica is open to business. And I have to come here and I have to say that, because the people of Jamaica sent me here to say that. Because on the 29th of December, when they voted in the People's National Party, they said we were to deliver to them jobs. We can't deliver jobs without investors. So I'm saying to you very clearly, Jamaica is open to business. And whatever business you are in here, you can take it there, and like leeching, you can make a bag of money. The Irish are also there. And I like to tell this story because there was an obscure Irishman. Any Irish in here? Who prior to coming to Jamaica, nobody knew about him. And in the liberalization of the telecommunication sector, whilst Jamaicans were edging their bets and saying, no, it can't work, no, we can't beat cable and wireless, this Irishman came and bought a license. And now if you go to Australia, Digicel is down there. And that company made its money and its name in Jamaica. And as a result of that, if you go on the waterfront right now, they are putting up a twin tower down there, not in New York. Because they had significant returns on their investment by investing in the people called Jamaicans and in the rock called Jamaica. So I want to say to you that we are open, and I know the complaints that have been made. I've heard them. When you engage with the facilitators of trade, you know, they don't roll out the red carpet. Or they're not thinking that Jamaicans have money. Well, I don't believe that. I've seen a lot of money sitting in front of me right here. Well, let me tell you, I've made it very clear to the persons at the consulate, and I've made it very clear to the High Commissioner, I've made it very clear to the JAMPRO director, Robert Carr, who I'm still my very good friend, that they must roll out the red carpet for Jamaican investors when they come seeking investment opportunities in Jamaica. Because our future is integrally linked with your success and your future. And we, not anybody else outside of us, can turn the economy around and make Jamaica the place to work, to play, and to live. And let me just explain something. There are many persons who are retiring and they are setting up shop in places like Florida, and some people are going even as far as Barbados. And I have no problem with Caribbean integration because I'm a regionalist. But I would rather see you come back home to Jamaica. You can go on holiday in Barbados and those other places. So I'm saying to you that many persons leave Jamaica, and when they leave Jamaica with a certain period etched in their memories. They come from districts didn't have light, some didn't have road, some didn't have water, and that is what is in their minds. And they want to go back to those districts and to set up. But Jamaica has come into the 21st century. If you go down there, there are modern highways, modern airports, the telecommunication system.